Are men simple? I believe they are, but they can be challenging at times. But we're going to talk about that and so much more in this segment of It's Scary to Remarry. I'm excited about this episode. Today, we have a first time guest, and I'm excited to bring on this young lady. She have wisdom for days, and I'm pretty sure y'all probably know she got a whole bunch of followers. But anyway, let's jump into it. I'm going to introduce today's guest. Today's guest is a content creator and author, and she is known for her love hacks and accountability coaching. And she's an advocate for love and reciprocity. Brave Hearts community, let's show some love to Love Khadijah. How are you
Thank
doing this evening?
you. Thank you. I'm doing good. I'm blessed. I'm excited to be here. I really appreciate you having me.
Yes, yes, for sure. I love the content. I seen you on McBride. I think you're his co-host, or y'all do shows together and stuff. And so yeah, we had a chance to talk, and I was like, I have to bring her on. And
Thank
so
you. I
here,
appreciate that.
yes, here we are. Now I want to talk. Unfortunately, I couldn't have the piece of media uploaded, but there was a video that you talked about how simple men are, and we both know the video that you're talking about. But can you give me like what was the inspiration behind that? Because it was short, but it was powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like, so I have a lot of male following, obviously, and I do pay attention to the comments and I pay attention to what men say the most. And they remind me of the men in my family, from my grandfather to my 15 male cousins to my brothers to my dad. Like every man, it seems like they all have the same desires and they all have the same complaints. And so it's like there's no way that all of these men just have the same. There's no, like, men are simple. I cannot, like, I'm like, they're not saying anything difficult. And when I compare what they want versus what women want, I'm like, yeah, what women want, we difficult. We difficult. And then what they're asking for is like, we can really give them that just like that.
Yeah.
Like what we want from you all, it's not just a snap of the fingers. What you all want from us, it's like, yeah, we could just do that. And I've noticed a lot of men leaving situations and ending up with women who are simply just nice to them. And I'm talking about my dad, my uncles, my cousins. Like, it's not like there's this grand gesture that this woman has done. No, it's that she treats him right. And that is what got him hooked. She just treats him right. So I'm like, no, this has to be reality. I can't help but what I see. And what I see is that, like, my uncle is much happier with his woman now than he was with the woman he was with for 10 years. His smile is like so much different than what it was with her. It was like, yeah, this my home girl, this my woman, this my lady. Yeah, the smile was like, the smile now, the lady he's with now is like he's glowing. He is glowing. And she's always smiling like ear to ear,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's that for him. It's the fact that she is happy to be by his side and she is happy to be the one that's helping his happiness every day. It's just like the simplest gestures and he just looks so happy. And I'm like, no, this is a real thing. Like, my grandpa smiles real big around my grandma, you
Wow.
know? So it's just, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. Wow. So would you say you had a an advantage than most women to see something like that amongst men, or do you think a lot of women aren't paying that close attention?
I think they're not paying close attention because even like I could take away my family and take away a couple of the examples and just pay attention to like television shows, pay attention to the movies, pay attention to even like Disney movies. I mean, it seems like the man didn't need much to be happy. Like, he just wanted his lady they're happy to be there. Never, it was never like this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we could talk about Family Matters, The Cosby Show, like the woman, the wife, she was just a solid piece to the puzzle, the piece, literally. She listened. She was soft spoken. They didn't never show the women like cooking crazy, like, or like having these, grand educations and bachelor degree. It was always like, no, she is listening. She is there. She is his rib. She's just loving him and hearing him and rubbing his back. And like me, I remember the TV shows growing up. I remember because I would be like, dang, Nana, you remind me of the lady from the Cosby's. Like, Auntie, you remind me of the mom from Family Matters.
Wow.
It would be so. I mean, we had the examples. I think that women really genuinely either don't care or they're really not paying attention. And for the women who do want love, maybe I do have an advantage, seeing it up close,
Mm-hmm.
really seeing the example of a woman loving a man very up close every single day.
Mm-hmm.
No, didn't skip a beat.
Yeah.
The way my nana loved my grandpa, it was every day. It was never like, dang, today is a little weird. Like, no, it was every day.
Wow. That's beautiful. I love that because I mean, Claire Huxtable, I mean, to me, she was like she was the classiest woman I've ever seen. I thought she was the finest woman,
Come on,
fully clothed. I'm like,
fully clothed.
how is it that she have on all her clothes and she beautiful and respected? And you know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
Yes. We didn't see her butt. We didn't see her cleavage. We didn't see like even the full on shape of her. She kept
no.
it really classy, just like my nana, just like
Mhm.
my mother.
Yeah.
Just simple.
Hmm. Yeah.
But that essence, that energy was very, very kind and patient and loving.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what made them beautiful. You
Hmm.
know, it was like that smile, that light in her eyes. And it's crazy because they were active,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they knew how to embody that, you
Hmm.
know?
Hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and you talking about classic TV shows that I mean we will all sit in front of the TV and watch, and like you say, some of us maybe even wanted to kind of emulate that. Some of us wanted to go to college like a different world and stuff like that. Like we've seen all these different TV shows, and so it just kind of seemed like things changed with television and movies, and in today's culture, it is what it is. It is. You gotta take the
Lord.
good with the bad, right? You gotta take the good.
Yeah.
But I create shows like this and bringing on guests like you to debunk some things and to know that there's still great content out here because I hear a lot of people say I can't find a good content or I can't find healthy couples and all this other stuff and I'm like no, it's here.
Yeah.
You just gotta want it.
You have to want it. You have to unfollow the bull and you have to follow, like, literally you could hashtag happy couple and a whole bunch of stuff will come up.
Hmm.
Married people, happy or not married, but they're together and they create content. They're doing pranks together. They doing, it's, you have to look for that stuff, find it, follow it, and then block out all the other stuff. And then you can manifest these energies into your life if you just pay attention,
Hmm.
and be intentional with what you're watching. You know,
Real.
it's a lot of violence right now, and people love to see violence. And
Yes.
so it's like, well, you gonna keep seeing violence because you keep following them crazy crime pages, and it's
Yep.
like,
Yep.
yes, crime is caught on camera, and it's rare that love is caught on camera.
That's
People in love really are busy loving each other for the most part.
yeah.
So it's rare that you really see that love, but it's out there.
Yeah, it is for sure. Because sometimes I think, hey, I don't want to stay here too long, but sometimes I think people want a certain aesthetic when they see healthy relationships.
Mm,
Because I think you could see a healthy relationship in your neighborhood.
absolutely, right next door.
Yeah, I think you could see that next door. But I think maybe because they don't look like Jay and Beyonce or they don't look like this power couple, then it's like,
Mm.
oh, I don't see any healthy relationships. Yeah, because you have in your head, you have a way that you want it to look of
Mm.
what's really a healthy relationship.
Let me just touch on that. I think that's really sad because when I see Jay-Z and Beyonce, when they get caught off guard,
Mhm.
they don't even look like they having fun. I'm keeping it I'm so real. Like I just saw something like 3 days ago. They were together. They did not know they were being recorded. So this is their energy in real life. When they feel they are in private, there was no eye contact. They were not holding hands. There wasn't really much affection going on. I'm not hating. I love Jay-Z. I love Beyonce. I
Yeah.
love that they're a power couple, but I would prefer my grandparents' love,
Yeah.
who they hold hands, they look at each other in the eye. There's no pain that's so deep rooted that I can't even trust you for real. I'm just with you at this point.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
that the material stuff does not outweigh, like, when I see old couples walking on the beach together and they old,
Mhm.
that is what people should be yearning for, not an aesthetic. That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're lost. They're lost.
Yeah. It's all about the looks, and contrary to popular belief, we do get older. I mean, I know we want to be forever young. No pun intended, Jay. I know we want to be forever young, but we get older. Shoot,
Yeah.
I'll be 50 in less than 2 years. I'm like, life moves super fast. And
Yes.
so, yeah, time waits for nobody. So, would you call yourself, because as I watch your content, would you call yourself an advocate for men?
No, but men say that, and so
Mhm.
and then they're in my messages like, thank you so much for being an advocate for us, thank you so much for speaking for us, thank you for being the voice for us. So
Mhm.
I don't want to say that I'm not, because maybe I am,
Yeah.
but I don't like it's not like a self-proclaimed thing. That's more like that's what they're saying. I feel like I'm an advocate for love,
Mm.
but because I feel like I'm a woman, I feel like I should hold women accountable. I feel like that is my duty to show women like you're wrong. It, because if a man is telling her that, she's just gonna be like, no, you don't know, women this, women that, we this, we that. Like, no, it's a woman right here saying
Mhm.
you're wrong. And
Mhm.
I feel like that is what I'm an advocate for, just holding the women accountable and giving them a different side of what they haven't seen, maybe. But
Yeah.
maybe I am an advocate for the men. I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, I was just asking because it's like I watch her videos and I'm like, oh, like, and it's like you're telling the truth. I'm like, she know what she's talking about. I see some people that get on and they say stuff. I'm like, they're probably reading from a script. I don't know, but it genuinely seems like you know what you're talking about, and all your videos are consistent in that same vein. And so that's why I asked. I was like, I didn't know if like, I don't think that's what you self proclaim, but at the same time, I was just wondering, did you see yourself like that?
Yeah, I think maybe I shy away from that because of the whole pick me thing that these women have tried to pin on me. Like, you just say what the men want to hear, and it's like, no, I'm saying what you need to hear as a woman, and you don't like that it sounds like it's a male perspective. But no, I paid attention to the men around me, and I always grew up hearing like, dang, she nagging me. Like, I listened to the things that men complained about since I was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
I just listen. I was a nosy kid.
Yeah.
I was always eavesdropping,
Mm-hmm.
and then I always loved love.
Yeah.
Like we all women, we grow up wanting to be married. We want to be the princess. We want to be like Princess Jasmine and Aladdin. We want to be, so it's like, no, I'm just a regular girl, really. But
Yeah.
I actually paid attention and I listened in on my dad's conversations with his homeboys and listened to the things that they said. Like, man, I'm gonna leave her alone, man. It seemed like I always got to come on to her.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that at 13 years old and it never left my brain. I'm like, oh, okay. Men want to feel desired. They don't want to feel like they're chasing you. That makes them feel weird.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, and that's real. You know what I'm saying? Because men, we like to be desired too.
yeah, as you should be. Y'all are the most beautiful creature on earth, but in for y'all, women are the most beautiful. You know, I get it, but I feel like women should feel like y'all are. Otherwise, the women like women more than they like men. Like it confuses me a little bit. You
Yeah.
know, it's like women are going to the other side.
No, I hear you. I hear you. We have Jack, my vibes in the room. We have Brandy in the room. What's up? How y'all doing?
Hey
On
guys.
live. Yeah. So if y'all have any questions for Love Khadijah, feel free to drop them below, and we will ask those questions. Why does so many women lead with their accomplishments opposed to who they are? Or do they define themselves as that? Do they define themselves by what they do?
I think they're very insecure. And I think that there's like a sense of I have to overcompensate with these things because I'm not secure with myself enough to this is a hard question for me because I've always been a person that showed up like in my energy. It's my energy. Like I think it's weird to brag, you know. And then my mom, she's an extremely intelligent woman. She's got her master's and her bachelor's. She's an IT like genius. She's
Mm,
never bragged about that. She's never talked about unless someone asks her, what do you do? What do you, you know, she's never, it's her energy for me. You know, she shows up as a person. Her voice, her kindness, her care for others is why people love my mom.
wow.
So I feel like I've always been like her. I admired her, so I choose to be like her, you know? So I think that it's women thinking like maybe they just don't know how to show up. So they feel like, yeah, you better know that I got my bachelor's. I got my bachelor's. I make 180,000 a year. And like they gotta convince themselves that that makes them greater. And they forget like your personality actually matters first.
Right.
Like all of that is kind of I don't get it because a man can show up with everything, all the material things, but if he's an asshole, sorry, I don't know if I could sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Be yourself.
If he's a butthole, right? The girls are gonna be like, well, no one cares about your money. No one cares about your. It's the same exact. I feel like I don't get it. The same way we want to be treated, we should expect men to want the same thing. A man doesn't care about your accolades in that sense.
Right.
The same way you don't care about his. You know, I've heard women say, "Oh, I went on this date with this guy. He's rich, but all he did was talk about himself."
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with a man. Like he does not want to sit across from a woman that's just like, oh yeah, I've gone to school for 8 years for this and that. Like, okay, but how are you gonna treat me at the end of the day though?
Right. And you know what? And you hit the nail on the head, Khadijah. You are 100% correct. Because, and no shade, you could, no shade to Walmart. Say you work at Walmart, you a cashier at Walmart. No shade. If you treat me with kindness and respect and we dating and stuff like that, I don't care that you work there. I don't care where you work. I just want to know at the end of the day, are we going to create something special?
And I've heard that all my life growing up. Men saying, like, I don't care about your money. Like men say that out loud.
Yeah.
So why are we pretending that it matters
Yeah.
to men? Like, no.
Yeah. Because the more money you make, that takes you further away from home. That takes you for, and that's not saying that you got to be barefoot and cooking at home. No. So please don't come for in the comments. I know it's 2025. You know we got to clarify everything, right? I'm not saying that, but to me, it's like, and don't get me wrong. You know, you went to school. I get it. Hey, you kicking butt, taking names later. I get it. Totally understand. Congratulations, you got in those shades of those who get degrees. Black woman magic. I will say though, I will say though, when I think of you on that level, and if you do approach me with those things, and this isn't all women, I'm just thinking, how much time did you really have to work on yourself?
Mm,
Because you know what I'm saying, you going to school and that's cool, you doing your thing, but I'm thinking, how much do you know yourself?
mm-hmm.
And do you even really know who you are? Because very few people can tell us who they are. Because a lot of times when we meet people, Khadijah, we say, so what do you do? I know for men, anyway.
Yeah.
We kind of size men up. Where you work at? What you do?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, if I approach somebody and said, I'm Sean, hey, what you do? Well, let me tell you who I am first. That shifts the
Mm,
conversation.
yeah.
You know, so
Oh, see now you just know, yeah. Because if you ask a woman, so who are you? Who are you really? If they lead with, well, I'm a teacher,
mm,
or I'm, it's like, well, that's not your identity though.
because you can do
You
your job.
exactly. That school could say we don't like the way you teach. Like nothing. And like when I think of my mom, I always go back to my mom. She would know how to answer that question without bringing up her education, without bringing up her being overseas for 15 years, without bringing up the military, without bringing up that she's a veteran. It's her heart that
Hmm.
she would speak on, the way that she moves in life. She's like the matriarch in the family, but she wouldn't even say that. Like she has so many reasons to like big herself up as far as what she's done and accomplished.
Yeah.
But her energy and who she just is, like, I'm just a caring person.
Mm,
She's just I've never heard her yelling
yeah.
at a man.
Mm,
She's never like cussed a man out or yelled at a man. If she has, I wasn't there to see it. I wasn't around to see it. Maybe back in the day, back in the day. But
yeah.
even when she tells stories about like, her having to leave my father, it was never this big, blow up thing. It was like, okay, well, I guess that's how you moving. So you moving that way, and I'm gonna have to move this way.
Hmm.
Um, I feel like a lot of women are forced to strive to
Yes.
be somebody,
Hmm.
but that whole be somebody thing still shouldn't be based on the accomplishment itself or the financial part of it all.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's just scary. A lot of single mothers out here, I feel like they have to be proud of themselves. They have to say like, I did this, I did that, I did this, but still leading with that is like in dating and leading with that and getting to know a man. I feel like it could only turn a man off, because it would turn me off as a woman if a man is just talking about like the things it would just have me like, okay, but does that really matter at the end of the day when we get into bed together
Hmm.
and we gonna hold each other? Are you okay with rubbing feet? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Are you actually okay with affection? Are you an affectionate person? Like those things really matter more than the education. And I'm not saying the mind doesn't matter.
Of course.
The way you think, yes, that matters.
Hmm. Oh,
But
yeah.
the way you think in a relationship, the way you think as far as how you think you should treat me, that is what I think matters more than anything on both ends for both parties.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because I heard a young lady say before. She said the most important thing when she's looking for someone that's a potential spouse. She said, I just want to know, do you care? Like, where's your empathy at? You know, because if to me, empathy is huge in relationships, because you can look outside of yourself and be like, let me consider this person.
Yes.
Opposed to everything just being about you. I tell men one of the biggest struggles, because a lot of times guys, they want to be the leaders and stuff like that, and I'm like, look, the reason she don't trust your decision making is because everything is just about you.
Mm,
It's not about us. It's not about everybody. It's only what's going to benefit you. And so I will say to a lot of women, I do appreciate that, because a lot of times women have that vision where they can see 6 or 7 different things, and be like, okay, if we do this right here, like she done already figured it out in her head, 6 or 7 different things. Okay, this is how it's gonna work, and she always have everyone's best interest. And so I love that about women. But I tell men, you got to be like that too. You got to have your head on the swivel. You got to be paying attention to what's going on.
yeah.
You know. Um, but anyway, we just kicking it now. I done got all off track.
Yeah.
Uh,
It gets like that.
I know, right? Do you think most women are emotionally unavailable? And if so, why?
I do. I do. I think that the availability that they ask for from men is not the availability that they have for that same man. I feel like it's genuinely this. I probably might end up keep saying this insecurity, literally insecure with their self, insecure with their self, like because they're unaware of how to show up, because they're unaware of what they truly are and what they can bring. Like it going back to who are you?
Mm-hmm.
If someone asks me, I'm a helpmate, I'm a destiny helper, I'm a lover. I am a caterer.
Mm-hmm.
These are the things that I like to do, the things I enjoy. I'm a healer. This is what I like to do. This is what makes me happy. And I think a lot of women don't really know what makes them happy. I think that they think that like material things or like having security or having like a big home that's clean and that's what makes them happy. It's like, no, not really.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. That if the house is not a home and it's not filled with love, you're not happy and you're not going to be happy. And that all starts within. That all starts with the inner work.
Yep.
And I don't think women are doing inner work. So they are selfish and they are insecure and they are lost. I empathize
Mm-hmm.
with the women that are not emotionally available for the men that they want,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because I think that they're genuinely lost. I think that a lot of women did not have a father figure. If I could compare it, I could just count all my friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 2 out of the 15 had their father.
Mm. Wow.
So it's like, how many women really had a present man in their life, not only holding them accountable for things, but just loving them?
Yeah.
I feel like, and I'm not trying to make an excuse for women not being emotionally available, but I feel like a lot of women are mad at their fathers. So if you're mad at the first man that you're supposed to love, you're gonna look for things that your father didn't give you in men, but you not realizing like you don't even have the availability for this man because you're still bitter and angry.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, genuinely, I feel that way
Yeah.
just from conversations that I have with other women. You know,
Yeah.
it sounds like they are upset still with their dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Unhealed trauma. If it really boils down to it, unhealed trauma. So they can't be available emotionally. They're trying to find a man that will heal them.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
it's like, how can you be available for him and you so broken that you just want sympathy from this man? You want him to take you as you are. Like, this is how I am. I didn't have my, like, they want this sympathy. They can't show up for you because they want sympathy from you.
Wow. Ah, that's heavy. Yeah, because, and that's the thing about knowing who you are, because sometimes people will put those expectations on you, and they want you to be their everything. And no human, as a believer, as a Christian, I'm like, look, no man or woman can carry that burden. You know what I'm saying? Only Christ can fill that role. And so a lot of times when you putting these expectations on people, they crumble under your expectation. And then you
Yeah.
wonder why the relationship don't work. I mean, because we're all flawed,
Hmm.
and I think if we can learn how to show each other some grace, and I always tell people grace and space. If you can give people some grace and give them a little space to grow, I think those are good ingredients to a healthy relationship. But too many times we come into relationships self-serving. We just want what we want.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, we just kind of live in this discarded generation where we just get what we want from people and we keep it moving.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And then just one more little piece,
Oh yeah, go
because
ahead.
I've been a mediator for married couples or um, people who have children and they're together and they're trying to make it work. I've been the mediator, and I've always had to stop the woman. I've never had to stop the man. and say, like, hey, hold on. It's always the woman that I have to be like, sis, do you see what you're doing?
Wow.
You are not listening.
Mm,
And
wow.
it's like I see it in almost every couple
Yeah.
where the woman is just refusing to allow the man to express himself without her butting in and making an excuse for his feelings. She literally will invalidate him, invalidate what he's saying. And so again, that's to me being emotionally unavailable, because if we're in a mediation, you literally came to me for help
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and you still cutting this man off and you still won't let him get this off.
Wow.
So it's like it's they're not doing it on purpose because they want their man, they want their husband, they do not want him to go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they are incapable, and I think it's the unhealed trauma. Like they need help beyond me. I am not a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I am not. You
Yeah.
know, but they would have to be willing to address those things from their childhood, address that little girl that still is mad at her dad or
Mm-hmm.
the lack thereof.
Yeah.
You
Or
know.
yeah, or even having the awareness to know that you have daddy issues. I think a lot of times, I struggle with that for years. Like I had mommy issues for years. Didn't know until I got into therapy. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's where that's coming from. I'm sitting up there like, I'm in my 40s, ain't even know this.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
it was I didn't know. All I knew was, I was defensive and didn't know how to process my feelings and didn't know how to compartmentalize. Like there were so many different things, but a lot of that stuff was to come from my childhood. And once I knew, then I started to take the initial steps to change. But just not knowing, I was causing problems.
Yeah, and I think a lot of women don't know. Like they have to be asked a certain question, and then the light bulb goes off. Like, oh snap!
Mm-hmm,
I am angry about the past. I ain't even think about that, and connect the two as to how I'm showing up in my relationships
yeah,
the way I am because of that anger that I'm still not. I'm just not healing through it, and you might not ever completely heal, but you can cope
yeah,
and recognize and acknowledge and make change.
mm-hmm,
You know.
yeah. That's so good. Yeah, and that's a topic within itself. Uh,
Yes, yes, it is.
so what's one common mistake women make that unintentionally causes them to lose a good man?
Unintentionally.
They might not be doing it on purpose, but they doing it, and they could be a wide range of things. I'm sure.
Yeah. I'll try to reach for one of the top things that I've seen, like the most common: deflection. I really think that women lose their men deflecting, because if he's, I mean, I've seen this multiple times. I'm not just like, I've seen where a man is bringing something up. This is his issue. He just wants this issue acknowledged. Can we acknowledge this issue? Somehow they flip it. Somehow, or find a route that they're saying this is, well, I do that because you.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Because you.
And I mean, like, damn, this man is saying he's upset that you. This has nothing to do with what she tries to bring up. Well, because you did. Well, back when, it's always something.
Yeah.
It can't never be like, you know what? You're right. I do that. And that's not right. And I need to work on that. I feel like that would save.
It will. Just that. I'm just saying, Khadijah. It will. Just that acknowledgement alone. It changes the temperature of the conversation.
Because it'll have a man like, oh, did she just say I'm right? Whoa, I love her.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I just fell in love again. She growing.
Yeah. Right. You want me to fill up your gas tank? You want me to go and get you something to eat?
Give me your foot. Give me so I can rub that foot, girl. Like
Real.
seriously.
Yeah.
I think that's I want to say that's like top one of the top five. In the top five, that's up there.
Yeah.
Deflecting.
Yeah, that's heavy. Yeah,
It's such a
because
turn off.
it is. And the thing is, you have to learn how to, you know, say that you're sorry without, like you say, shifting that blame and just taking full accountability for the part that you play. Because a lot of times it's like, well, if you didn't, like, they apologize, I'm sorry, but if you didn't do, it's like, no, we have autonomy over our emotions and feelings. And like our parents just say, can't nobody make you do anything, or can't nobody make you feel anything. I guess until our age.
Hmm.
But it's just one of those things. And you like, that applies to adulthood too.
Yeah. No, I think I'm sorry to a lot of women is like, I'm so like I'm about to die. Literally, like I will pass out before the words come out my mouth. Cause then I have to admit I'm wrong. I'm not perfect. I'm not the princess that I thought I was. And I think that's the problem. Women want to be princesses. Like this princess treatment. We are grown women. A princess to me is for a little girl. The little princess dress, the little wand when we're in our imagination. It's a little girl. We are supposed to be goddesses, queens, if you will, whatever. But that means accountability. That means I'm sorry because I can do better than that. To me, that is a grown woman.
Yeah.
A
I,
princess gets to hide and be like, oh, but I did that because it's pretend. It's not fucking real.
yeah. That's so. Let me ask you this then. Why do you feel that? So, because I had a therapist on one time, and she was saying that the people that she counseled in therapy, there's a lot of women who struggle with apologizing. And so it's not just the online thing; it's real life, and that's not all women. But in your opinion, why do you think women just struggle with just being accountable or saying I'm sorry? Like, what's the root cause? What's the problem behind
I think we really struggle with being wrong and we want to be right.
it?
I
Yeah,
really think it's that simple. Like, we want to be right so bad.
all the
Like,
time, bro.
I mean, yeah. Like we just don't want to be wrong. It's like because we want to be perfect to our man. We want to appear to be perfect. Like, no, I'm perfect. I don't make mistakes. And I mean, that's delusional. The Lulu land.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's like we want to appear that way, like as if our ways are justified in every which way. And I just think that's so sick.
yeah.
I didn't get an apology from my grandma until she was a 97,
Mm.
97, and she apologized for some things from 1995.
Yeah, yeah.
In 2020. You know what I mean? It's like, dang, it took you 30 years to realize you was wrong, Nana. Sheesh.
Yeah, yeah.
You on your deathbed. Like, not literally. She's still here. She's 101 years old. But like she thought she was on her deathbed, and that's why she said, I'm sorry.
Mm.
Because she thought she was about to go. You just trying to get in the gates of heaven. This is still selfishly done. Like you're not even apologizing because you just want to right your wrongs so you could get through the gates. I mean, it just shows how hard it is for women to say I'm sorry. It has to be like life or death.
Wow, that's tough. Yeah.
No, it is tough. That's a horrible like explanation. I don't. That's all I could think of is we don't want to be wrong. It's just selfishness. And like that imagery, we want to be perfect. Like I said, we want to appear like we are just that girl all day, every day.
Yeah. That's a tough facade to put up, like, to try to appear perfect every day. It's like just just give me your little broken self. Come here. Come here. Let me give you a hug with your little broken self. Come on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
No,
it's okay.
seriously.
Yeah, we're all flawed, and I asked a question on Threads a couple of weeks ago. I was like, at what age did you fall in love with yourself? And I'm talking about in its totality. Like, when did you accept yourself?
Mm.
Not just the person we see on camera or on Instagram or I'm not saying it. I'm talking about like the ugly you, like that part of you that nobody talks about, like that
Yeah.
part of you that only you and God know about.
Mm-hmm.
Like have you accepted that part of you yet? And I think that can possibly change the way some women maybe deal with like apologizing and stuff. Like if you fully accept yourself, it's okay.
Yes.
You know?
That's real. Because that's exactly basically the problem is that they're not accepting themselves, that they are not perfect, that they are imperfect, and that it's okay to be wrong. That means it's okay to say I'm sorry. And if they only knew that saying I'm sorry actually heals you, it might even bring you to tears.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's healthy tears.
Yeah.
It's happy tears like, wow, I got through that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And and now I get to grow with my man, not against him. I get to really grow with him. And he look how proud my man is that I said I'm sorry.
Yeah. Right.
Let me practice this shit. Like,
And the thing is, like you say, and I tell men this, like if you like be the example. Like if you want to create change, be the example. So if she's struggling, with apologizing, then do you apologize to her? And so if she's really in tune with herself, if she's really in tune with herself, one day she's gonna say, "Man, this dude showed me a lot of freaking grace." If she's in tune, and that's why I
right.
would tell guys like, you got to make sure the woman that you get with that she's spiritually mature,
Hmm.
emotionally mature, mentally like, is she mature? Because if not, no matter what you do, it'll never be enough.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know. I want to ask one question because I want to do a bonus round with you, but we would do the bonus round. I have one more question.
Okay.
If you could give one love hack to women who want to keep their relationship healthy, what would it be?
Okay. I will say my favorite love hack.
Okay.
And this is in my book. So women need to know that your words, they will either be a greenhouse or a desert for their man. So can either grow him or completely starve him and dry him out. Your words, I feel like our tongue is our most powerful muscle. So the way we speak to our man is literally, I think, the number one healer or killer.
That's huge. I,
Seriously.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause life and death is in the power of the tongue. And a lot of times we don't realize the words that we use. Like once they come out, you can't take them back. I'm sure that you can remember something that somebody said to you when you were 7.
Yes.
And it's just like that's how powerful words are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And the reason this is why I know this for a fact, and this is why I put it in my book.
Mhm.
So my grandparents on my mom's side, they are the healthiest relationship I've ever seen in my life, beyond any TV show, any movie, any of that.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
My grandmother spoke life into my grandpa every day until she died.
Wow.
She developed dementia and Alzheimer's, and she remembered only him.
Wow.
And still, with Alzheimer's and forgetting everybody, her kids, forgetting everybody, she would still look at him and rub on his arm and tell him how fine he is
I love it.
at 88, 89 years old.
Love it.
And
Wow.
so, but now my dad's side, my grandparents, I hate to speak on this sometimes because it's just sad, but my grandmother said the worst things to my grandpa on my dad's side. Things that, and he would just look at her with just pain in his eyes and just sadness. Like, wow, the woman that I took care of, the woman that this house I built for her, and she had my only child, and I took care of her. Her words drove him. So we had a deck outside in the backyard. He would spend his days on that deck outside. He would fall asleep outside. He didn't even want to be in the house because of the way she spoke to him
Yeah.
versus my Mom's side grandparents, oh, they every day together.
Hmm.
They didn't do nothing apart.
Yeah.
They built a business together. I mean, every day my grandpa smacked my grandma on the booty. Every day. And every day my grandma would be like, look at your grandpa. Look at his arms. Look at his smile. Like literally. And he just so cute. That's how she talks about him.
Wow.
And I know
Mm,
that gave him life versus my other granddad died years ago. My grandma was 101. She's still alive. He died
mm,
17 years ago. So it's
mm.
like, I feel like that killed his spirit.
Wow.
I feel like that is why she outlived him.
Mm,
Her words, the treatment, I could be wrong, but I think it had a lot to do with the way he was treated. He was not happy.
mm. Yeah, because that can weigh on your heart, after year, that can weigh heavy on you, unfortunately. Because, yeah, that's a whole conversation piece.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, the words we speak, we have to be mindful, especially when we talking to our significant other, our spouse. Like they're the person that's gonna ride for us, and it's like let's not treat them any kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that was a phenomenal segment. I do want to pivot a little bit, so I want to have Khadijah uncut. Since this is your first time on the show, there's no
Okay.
wrong answer. But before we get started, I want to take a moment from our sponsor at Love Fearlessly. This is Intimacy Deck. My wife and I created 30 card deck. If you are married, if you are in a long term relationship, if you just met someone, this is the perfect set for you and that special someone to have conversations about, because you just never know. Just when you thought you knew someone, you ask them this question and you're like, I did not know that. And so, what makes this interesting is it's from my wife and I. So it's a man and woman who put their minds together to make this 30
I
30.
love that. I need that. I need
Yeah.
that.
For sure, for sure. It will be, for those who are watching, it'll be at scaredtoremarry.com in the description below under products. So, Khadijah, I want to pull a card from the deck and I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
This is cool.
All right. How did you manage hurt and disappointment growing up?
Hmm. How did I manage? I I talk to myself. Like I would internalize things and talk to myself. I would say things like, Khadijah, it's okay. I did a lot of empathizing with others. I don't know where that came from,
Yeah.
but I did a lot of they know no better.
Mm,
I
wow.
did a lot of they're hurt because I was bullied growing up. Like I got bullied growing up, and I would always look at the bully and be like, "Who hurt you?"
Wow.
I would never be like, "I want to be." It was
Yes.
never. I never wanted to fight, throw mud back. I never
Mm,
wanted to fight fire with fire. I always would be like, "You're hurt."
wow.
Even
Where did that come from? That's some adults can't even figure that out. Like, to have that at a young age, that's special.
I think that came from God
Mm,
because my parents did not teach me that. They taught me somebody step to you, you fight until you tired.
of course.
They somebody put their hands on you, you fight to the somebody say something crazy, you say something back. It's okay. Get them back. Never did they say like, oh, if you don't have nothing nice. My parents weren't cliche like that. Oh, if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Or walk away, turn the other cheek. No, no, it was fight back, stand your ground.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I felt bad for every bully. And and then my first relationship, I was cheated on. I didn't lose my mind and like cuss him out. And I literally just looked at him like, really?
Wow.
So that's what you're doing? Well, listen, you want to be free.
Hmm.
Moving like that, you want to be free. So I'm gonna set you free. It's no hard feelings. We good.
Wow.
And I don't really know where that came
Yeah.
from. I think God really did put his hands on me.
That's wow. That's heavy. Wow. Thanks for sharing. Uh, I want to jump into our bonus round, and so I guess we kind of talked about this, so I guess I'm gonna skip that question because we talked about women. Because I was gonna say, what do you think is the biggest mistake you see women make when it comes to dating?
I'd say entitlement, like in general,
Yeah.
being very entitled and believing that they are the catch. I think that's a huge problem. I think you shouldn't be dating a man if you think you're the catch. Like,
Talk about that a little bit. That's yeah. Talk. Let's talk about that just a little bit, because yeah.
yeah. Because I feel like it's a little strange to think you're the catch in a relationship because what fun are you having if you don't see that man as the catch? And if, because, like, how are you going to have fun here if you're not all over him? And
Mm,
if you're not seeing him as like, what? I fucking won. He is the prize, baby. I think that that's weird. Oh, I'm the prize. I'm the
mm,
prize. I'm the catch. I'm not saying women shouldn't feel valuable,
of course, of course.
but if he's the protector that you want so bad, if he's the provider that you want so bad, he's the one that's going to bring you closer to God.
Mm,
How are you the catch? As the woman, you can be the gift,
mm,
but you are not the prize. I
mm.
don't see that. I don't get that.
Yeah,
Like, my man is the prize.
yeah.
He's taking care of me. He's protecting me. Yes, I protect him spiritually. Yes, I uplift him. Yes, I am his rib.
Mm,
Yes, he can't bring babies into the world. Oh, look, women love to say that.
yeah, yeah.
They love to be like, we bring life. Yeah, but not without that man's.
That's right. Yeah.
What do we have without the man? Like, we can't steal your life force.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, women do weird stuff to get the condom out the trash
I
can
was
and
about to say they do
get
do.
the turkey baster and
I was gonna say they do steal life force though.
they, but like seriously, like, you know what I'm saying? We can't, like, say men decided today, we ain't giving y'all no more D.
Hmm.
What are women gonna do? Lose their minds. Lose their damn minds. In my opinion, women want y'all way more than y'all want us. And we done warped it. We've tried to warp it like men are thirsty and all, but no, look at the state of the women. They're turning their behinds to the cameras and they are thirsty for male validation and attention.
That's true.
I
That,
think men are the prize. I do. Men
interesting.
have way more self-respect, if you ask me. And I'm not talking about abusers. Women love to bring up abusers. They love to flip the script. Damn. Like,
Yeah, because it's gonna come in the comments just to let you know.
yeah.
Um, fill in the blank. My last relationship taught me.
To love myself more. I'm a giver. I am a caterer. I'm a helpmate. So
Yeah.
I will pour more into my person than I am myself. I put my goals and dreams on the back burner because I'm like, I want to help you bring your vision to life, baby. Let me, what you need to do. Let's cross your T's, let's dot your I's. And I forgot how gifted I am. And I feel like a woman has to balance that. Like, love
Yeah.
yourself first. Love your man wants a man that loves himself, he wants you to love yourself.
Yep.
So women gotta be able to discern, like, yes, help your man. Absolutely. But don't just be used up. Don't just let him just deplete you, because a man that love you ain't gonna let you do that anyway. He gonna be like, baby, what do you want to do?
That's true.
You know? And I didn't really put that together until I was in that situation, being taken for granted, pouring into this person, and I realized, hold on, wait, I haven't done my shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
wait. I gotta feel fulfilled too.
That's true. Yeah.
So
Wow. That's real. So what's harder for you to say? Is it A, I apologize, B, I need help, C, I love you, or D, I was wrong?
well, now I've grown, all of those are easy for me now. Like,
Mm,
I apologize is easy for me. I'm sorry, I was wrong. I need
yeah,
help with that.
Yeah.
I need help with that.
Yeah.
But if can like go back
Mm-hmm.
to before I was 28,
Yeah.
then I would say I need help.
Mm.
I need help because I'm definitely one of those like do it yourself type of people. I'm like, I want to help you. I want to help you. I'll help you do that. But even accepting help was very hard for me up until now,
Yeah.
like literally. So yeah, I'd say I need help. That was very hard for me to do in life.
Yeah.
I just always felt like not wanting to be a burden
Mm-hmm.
on someone,
Yeah.
and just and then the whole independent thing. We want to be independent so bad
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
until we realize, no, the hell we don't.
Yeah. Hey, I always tell people, Deja, that God made us interdependent, not independent.
Yes.
We can work together. No, I
Yeah.
totally agree. I struggle with that too. That I need help. I was probably hindered some of my growth, or probably could have been maybe expedited my growth process if I was more open to asking for help.
Yes. Me too.
Yeah, so I totally I hear you. But now that I'm older, I'm like, go ahead, come help your boy out. I need.
Yeah. Yes.
Last question: is it easier to love yourself or someone else?
For me,
Yes.
someone else, and that's not right. That's not good, in my opinion. It should be. We should love ourselves
Right. There's no
first.
wrong answer. Yeah, I just want to hear. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like for me, it's easier for me to love someone else. It's so easy for me to just like give love and like outways. And it's harder for me to love inward. I'm like a selfless person. So, but I'm working on that. I want to love me
For sure.
more.
For sure.
That is something I'm working on is just loving me more.
Yeah.
Taking care of me. I just stopped smoking weed about 40 days ago
Mm-hmm.
because it was like you do not love yourself or your lungs or your brain or your path or your voice to cloud it with smoke
Yeah.
and then saying that you need this to cope, to sleep, to eat, to do, like that's all delusion.
Yeah.
So I'm loving myself more from starting with the words I say when I wake up in the morning
Mm-hmm.
to just the things I do all throughout the day. I don't feed myself poison anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I've removed everything that I'm aware of that's unhealthy. And I'm replacing those unhealthy things with healthy habits. And it feels really good. Like I'm on a natural high every day,
Yeah, that's what's
you
up.
know.
I love it. I love it. Well, that's no better way to end the show then. I love it. The transparency.
Dang, it's been an hour. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
an hour of time fly when you're having fun.
Definitely, definitely. That was good. That was fun.
Yes, for
I'm gonna
sure.
get that card game. I need that. I need that. I'll go to that website.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I appreciate that. Would love to hear your feedback on that. So yeah, I want to. Before we go, let everyone know how they can get in touch with you, where they can get the book.
Okay. You can reach me Instagram, Love Khadijah, TikTok, Love Khadijah, Facebook, Khadijah Camp. I do open my inbox. I do not respond to BS, so don't play with me. And go get my book, Love Hacks. It is the forever formula at lovekhadijah.com. I try to keep it all together as one, Love Khadijah, because this is all from my heart. It's all because I just love, and I really want people to begin to love again. Love yourself and love others. And that's really what I'm here to do. Help spread that.
Yes,
Spread the word. Real love, true love,
for sure.
non transactional love.
That's what I'm talking about. Love it. Wow. Well, Bravehearts community, you heard it here. So go grab Khadijah's book. I'll have all that linked in the description below so you can purchase your book. Thank you so much once again for being a guest.
Thank you for
Bravehearts
having me.
Yes, no problem. I knew this was going to be a great one. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, share this video with someone, hit the like button. We want to get those likes up and share this video in your group chat so that way I can get these watch hours up. And so I need like
Yes.
four of you all in this group chat. And so y'all watch the video, and then you go back into the group chat and then you talk about it. Okay, so
Yes.
four views in one group chat. So if you are listening to this via podcast, make sure you leave a rating and review. By doing so, it puts you in the drawing for a free Amazon gift card. Who doesn't like free stuff? This is Sean Heineman with my special guests. Am I pointing the right way? Uh, Khadijah, yeah. and and Khadijah, don't hang up yet. We
Okay.
are out.